always bowls well. And, Waqar and Naveed gave a few runs away, but at most of the stages, it looked like the Kandahar Knights were bowling pretty tightly.
Yeah, definitely. Especially two overs, they bowled really tight and put them very tight. Got wickets, and then Sami and McLeod put a decent partnership, and they took the team about 160 plus runs. And
So the obvious question, Hamid, is are Kandahar Knights going to get there? Problem has been batting, and even when they had a low total to chase, they got out for even a lower total. And
118 was it? Yeah, they didn't chase 127 against the same team, Paktia. Yeah, you can see lost against the points table, but top.
Nengerhar Leopards earlier today winning their match, so. Are better placed than the Nengerhar Leopards, but of course there is a small matter of winning both their matches. The Panthers, Zwanan and Bulk Legends of course are through, but for the fourth place, who is it going to be? And to me it's great that it's not decided yet, because it'll go down, we think, all the way to the wire if Kandahar Knights win today.
As I told you, if they want to win, Sterling and McCullum, the key, and they put some runs in first 6 overs, they get a good chance of winning. Otherwise, it'll be very difficult to batting against such a good bowling side.
Ahmed, that's a tough ask, because both Sterling and Brendan McCullum we know are very good international batsmen, best in the world, especially in the short form. McCullum is a legend, but they really have not been among the runs yet. So you say if it's not them, then Kandahar Knights may lose. Well, that's rough. But the previous match, the skipper, Afghan, said, well, I'm going to take the bull by the horns. He went in there, he opened, got a fixed 60. So maybe they're onto something. Maybe he should bat again, open again.
Maybe, you never know. He will take the charge. It's a beautiful moon night shot. So Kandahar Knights, Paul Sterling, Asghar Afghan, Brendan McCullum, Nasir Jamal, Najibullah Zadran. Such a big batting lineup, but the only thing is not getting partnership. And the main batsman is not taking the responsibility. I don't know why. Is because of a little bit difficult to bat, or they're struggling still.
Yeah, maybe just going back to that batting lineup. There's even Kareem Jannat, who's got a fair number of runs. He bowls well, bats well. Another couple of batsmen in there who can score runs. But they have chosen to go with the skipper out front along with Paul Sterling. Now, Sterling last time around got out for a duck, I think, in the first over, but Asghar Afghan did very well. Some big, lusty hitting. These guys hit big, that's for sure. And it's a tricky one, though, because, yes, chasing 170, 160, they need to make sure that they do well in the power play, but not at the cost of wickets. So that is a big but for me.
I agree with you, Charu. Definitely, first 6 overs, very important. If Kandahar wants to win, get some 50 runs, and then if you got wickets in hands, and Sterling, if clicks, there is a chance of winning. He's a Paul Sterling, 7 matches,
43
runs. I wouldn't believe that, because he's such a class player, very good player, and a very handy cricketer. But in this Afghanistan Premier League, he didn't got much runs, and Asghar Afghan will be expected from him.
However, they will be up against a very clever bowler. That's, of course, the skipper, Asghar Afghan, in good batting form, has led his side admirably. A strike rate of 150 nearly. And, of course, the most runs for his team at 175. A little early on it, but luckily he found the gap on the offside.
What a beautiful shot from Sterling. He was double-minded, should I go for a shot or not? But finally, he timed it very well and he knew it, no need for run. Finally, fought maximum Saluriza of Sterling's bat.
Well, that should give him a lot of confidence. Of course, O'Donnell's a very tricky customer. But still, all the boundary line fielders, there's a third man and, of course, a deep square leg. Wedged. Such a clever delivery again by O'Donnell. Had Paul Sterling fiddling and guessing with that one.
Charu, if Shahzad is your favourite, Sterling is my favourite. So I want to see him some bat tonight. And if he clicks, I tell you what, it will be some damage for Paktia.
Well, my favourite has done a lot better in this tournament so far, I've got to say.
No doubt.
There he is. All smiles. Knows he's perhaps on the big screen. Unfortunately, a quick 21, but no more for Mohammad Shahzad earlier today. Big slug. And, well, the captain's out here and he means business. Didn't quite get hold of it. That's another for Salureza.
Welcome to the party, skipper. Good shot. Open his account with a boundary. And he hit a boundary on his first ball to face Udana. One of the best so far bowler in this Afghanistan Premier League. Very economical, striking wicket taker.
So he's gone for a few in his opening over today. And the Kandahar Knights mean business. So with that opening of the shoulders, we have a man at now long gone. No, Udana says no. We need a deep mid-wicket, really. So both the fielders, the boundary on the leg side, deep mid-wicket, and I suppose we have to call him a deep square leg.
Yeah, it's a field changing, and Udana know how to deal with it. But Asghar Afghan, he's in such a good mood. He got a brilliant 15 last game.
Also, Udana now goes over the wicket. And they steal a quick single. Yeah, diving stop, but the single was always on. That's a pretty neat over so far for the Kandahar Knights. Now, we know they're looking for 168 and they haven't found too many runs, but this is so far so good.
Such a brilliant start for Kandahar Knights. Got 10 runs already. And as we mentioned before, that first 6 overs are very important for both sides. If they don't lose any wicket and get 50 plus runs, it will be a very good chance of winning.
Okay, 10 off it. Don't need something fancy. Oh, down leg. Not a good line from Udana, and he'll give another run away. 11 off the first over. And no wickets for Kandahar Knights so far. Azizullah Fazli, the chairman of the Afghanistan Cricket Board, looks a little serious for the moment, but I'm sure he's enjoying the proceedings. Hamid, I have to say, I'll ask you once again, ask you that every time. Being received in Afghanistan, a lot of people happy with the quality of cricket, the fact that you've got your own Premier League now, lots of new heroes maybe.
Definitely, if there was not much viewers and liking of cricket, then Premier League wouldn't be happen. So I have to say, all credit goes to Afghanistan Cricket Board. Then this platform, such a huge, as you can compare with all international leagues all over around the world. And right now we can see some good talents, especially the youngsters.
Okay, Zazai from the opposite end. Oh, terrific timing. That's what we've been waiting for from Paul Sterling. Came down, the bat came down at just the right microsecond. Past cover point, flashed away for a boundary.
That speciality of Paul Sterling, a beautiful punchy drive and in the lever. That's the way he wants to bat, and that's the way Azhar wants to see him as a bat. So if he goes like this, there is a good chance, again I have to say, for a Kandahar. So he will be the main player. Oh, we got a new guest here, a special one.
Lucky for some, and the others might be shivering at this sight. We'll see. Very well done. Good delivery. The reply by Zazai.
But very sensible. Paul Sterling, I think Asghar Afghan have to tell them Just be in the crease, stay there, and just wait for the loose ball. Now we'll take a charge, and he's doing his right and best thing. And this is his tournament so far. This is his best runs. 20 and then 18, and right now he batting at 10. So a 0, it's like a telephone number.
Ooh, the one that got away. Trying the slower one. We'll see whether it was back of the hand or whatever. A little too clever for himself, and a free hit now for Paul Sterling. He must take full toll. We know he can.
Sterling, don't miss that. This is the best opportunity for you to accelerate your innings. It's a back of hand, slow one. Oh, it's a high full toss.
Well, that went really wrong for Yusuf Zazai, but we hope that he'll continue to bowl that later on. However, do we see a Shpagiza here? Oh, no, we don't. It's over the keeper, and it'll go a couple of bounces to the boundary. Top edge for a far maximum boundary, but they'll take it off the free hit.
Yeah, anything can come right now for Kandahar Knights. They will take it. Opportunity of no ball, and he tried to pull it. It was the keeper head, and all the way for maximum Saluriza won. So Paul Sterling is just accelerating his innings, and the best thing is captain is there with him. So he's the one to tell Sterling what you want when you feel better in the crease.
Well, I wonder if Yusuf Zaza is going to try the slow one again. Does he have the confidence? Not yet. Oh, smashed away again. Slapped it away into the covers for another maximum for Salureza. Paul Sterling at his best. Your man, Amit.
Yes, he's on fire. Such a class shots. Last 3 boundary was out from Paul Sterling, and he's a capable of batsman. He can hit. This is his favorite area, cover and back foot point. And he's showing his all skills and power of Sterling. He got some skills now. Sterling, wonderful knock so far.
Well, lots of players now converging on the bowler to try and give him some confidence and advice. And what happens yet again, of course, this time the cover sweeper will ensure there's only a single. That's a pretty expensive over so far for Yusuf Zazai. He keeps targeting that offside for Paul Sterling, just slightly short. And as you said, Hamid, that's his go-to area for runs. However, now for the last delivery, we have the skip. And he likes to go big, so forth. There's a long on. Watch it, Asghar Afghan. Be careful there.
Yeah, he's a smart cricketer. He knows where the fielder is. And the good thing is, if you see Sterling, bat sound was amazing. So he's middling the ball, and he knows how to deal with bowlers now.
Well, they might get a single off that. Well, that's a bit of a bonus. So 15 runs in the over. 2 gone, 26 for no loss. So Ricky Vessels, of course, also listed at number 6. He got in a fine 40-odd in the third. He played for the team. And then Kareem Jannat, we also know, can score. So they bat pretty deep. Big swing. And either way, once it was past the infield on the offside, there was bound to be another Fog Salureza.
A wonderful shot again from Asghar Afghan. Give himself some room. Put a little bit back and hit through to the cover. And no chance for the fielder.
You see the big wind up there by Asghar Afghan. I'm going to hit this, I'm going to hit it big, almost clenching his teeth.
Yeah, you're right. He always like this when you want to hit the ball.
So Dana, for a change, a little expensive, but of course very clever. So what's the reply going to be here? Slow one, and that fell just short mid-on. No run. The ball slipped a bit. But he did well to stop it, though.
This is the second ball we can see is slipping from hand. First from Zaze, and now from McLeod. He realized that.
The crowd here had a bit of fun at his expense, but there we go, dropping just short, very well to get a leg behind it. Might have hurt him a bit. And then, of course, once he picked up the ball, tried to release it quickly, and didn't work out at all.
Again, tried to hit it long way in harder, but a very good check from Udana. Experience. He checked the batsman that he's coming, and he changed the pace of ball. And Afghan couldn't make it to connect and reach hit for the boundary.
Well, at least for the shorter game, maybe the Afghanistan selectors will have a bit of a head. There's so many new stars coming up. Full toss, and can he get it past mid-off? No. He'll see that as a missed opportunity. And once again, the knee gets stuck into the soil here. The grass is pretty soft, but the soil is hard. And this has happened pretty often. Big divot there. That'll be repaired, but I hope the knee's okay.
Strong man, strong fella, Samiullah Shinwari. Hope he's not feeling any pain. And because his knee's just stuck into the ground. Oh.
Ouch. Yeah, well, there's, of course, something to be said about the science and art of sliding. Maybe needs to be learnt better. Oh, yes, along the ground. Those are such pleasing shots. No run, but just middle of game. Sweet sound, as you said, Hamid.
Yeah, he's just middling the ball, and he's just delivering on right areas. The best thing is they got 31 runs, and for 2.5 balls only deliver, they're almost chasing 10 runs per over.
When we come back, I'm going to ask your opinion about the 2 or 3 youngsters who've done well in the league, who may now be in contention for a place in the Afghan team for the matches to follow, the international matches to follow. So that's when we come back, because this is the last delivery. And knowing Sterling's strength on the offside, they've got a man at the cover boundary now. That's a change. And of course, they've got a deep mid-wicket as well. I wonder if he'll slog though. However, he better keep it down along the ground on the off. That's the idea. Oh, he did, but they've got the man at the right place to end this with a single. So clever field placement there. And after 3, it's 32 for no loss. So we have a change from the opposite end. Zia Sharifi comes in. I think the Yusuf Zaza experiment has ended. But 6 wickets is not bad. This is his 4th match and a decent economy rate as well. So he's a much better option than Yusuf Zaza. Just because, what do you think of his abilities?
Yeah, he's such a big asset for Afghanistan future. A very good, talented bowler. Finally, we found it. And in the future, you never know. He will play for Afghanistan very soon if he perform like this.
So he's one of the youngsters that I was asking you to talk about. Zia Sharifi, watch out for him. And others?
There are many like Rahmanullah Gurbaz, the Rasuli. So Ziaur Rahman to Sterling. Oh, beauty! There he is. He got his wicket. Sterling back to pavilion. A wonderful start from Ziaur Rahman Sharifi.
Well, Hamid, your man goes. I suppose surprised a bit by the pace, and surely there must have been a bit of movement. A healthy edge. There we go again. Lovely action. Yeah, there was a way movement. And that was a nothing shot really by Paul Sterling. Easy catch for Mohammad Shahzad. Striking in his very first delivery in this match for the Kandahar Knights. Sterling can only shake his head at what might have been 20 from 13. Just a bit of a start for him. 32 for 1. One tough guy exits the ground and a really tough customer now ends. Talk about experience here. Oh boy, Brendan McCullum, more than just about anybody in the T20 game. And this tournament, though, just 100 runs, and he disappointed. He just about started finding his timing in the previous match, and that's why he's there. Yeah, just a hint of movement, trying to run it down to third man. Easy catch for Mohammad Shahzad. And Paul Stirling will be so disappointed. He was striking the ball fabulously for those 20 runs of his. So now, Baz has been around the world, one of the biggest T20 stars, and of course, he has ensured that all eyes are on the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. Faces up to Zia. Cuts away. One of his favourite shots. Yes, no, take it easy. Well, there was a bit of a fumble, although it was hit very hard to backward point. But maybe eventually did well not to take the run.
Yeah, he will be nervous bowling to Brendan McCullum, such a huge, big player. He plays all over around the world, and he played for New Zealand for many years. And we know how capable of batsman he is. And Ziaur Rahman have to be very clever, very smart if you're bowling to Brendan McCullum. But right now, as I said before, he's not in such a good form. And he also struggling with his batting. Didn't get many runs. Down the wicket.
Oh, that's a poor effort.
That's a poor effort from McLeod. It's a fog Riza for Brendan McCullum. He's looking in such a dangerous mood.
Well, you mentioned a good word, mood. He charged down the track. The second delivery he faced, got plenty of bat on it. Of course, kept it down on the ground as well. Loves the pull and the cut. Yeah, not a clever effort by McLeod. Tall man, couldn't get down in time. Zia, very unhappy. Now, I've got to ask you this, Hamid, that somebody like Brendan McCullum, who's like a global star, captain of his national team for many years, how has it been for Afghans to captain such people? I wonder if Asghar Afghan has shared a thought or two with you about the fact that he's got something like Brendan McCullum and Asghar is captaining. So how's that relationship been?
I think it will be awesome, like you with a star like Brendan McCullum in your team, and you as a captain, like for Asghar Afghan. For him, it's like feeling very proud, and you can learn lots of things from players such as kind of like Brendan McCullum. Like I said, and the good thing is they can share his experience, and he can also take some advices as a captain in the future, what I have to do because World Cup is coming. So if you ask anything as a captain from Brendan McCullum, maybe it will be a good advice he can also share with you.
Well, I certainly hope that Afghan is gleaning everything he possibly can about international cricket from Brendan McCullum, who's been around the globe several times. One of the finest T20 players, and of course, test matches, one days, you name it. Now perhaps in the sunset of his cricketing career. Oh, up! And enough bat on it! You were right, he's in the mood, Baz!
You have to in the mood. Otherwise, there is no chance to be in this tournament because they have to win this game and also tomorrow. But they have to target first this one. This is the shot, his favorite area. Squeeze it, true to cover area. No chance, and there is no possibility for fielder to cut it off. Another fog maximum solo Riza from Brendan McCullum.
Well, we know he has plenty of power. Still keeps himself very fit. And when he finds the timing, that can be a very explosive combination. Was extra cover, but it raced past him. Oh, a big appeal. Was there a bit of bat in that, or was it going down leg? We'll try and find out. Maybe an indication by Anil Chowdhury that might be heading down leg. 4 overs gone, 40 for 1. Two fours for Brendan McCullum, that's a shout. And yeah, we'll have to say he didn't move his feet much, but that should be headed with the angle just away from leg stump. So I tend to agree. Hamid?
I have to say it's umpire call, but look, to me very tight.
Well, a bowler, of course, would always think that's out. Now, Brendan McCullum could have gotten a bit of trouble. Perhaps he didn't realize that Asghar Afghan seems to be he's taken it on the body, on the stomach area, and he was quite out of it, not thinking about a single at all. Baz took off, and then halfway or more than halfway back realized this is not happening, had to race back.
Oh, that's hurt. Hit straight in the stomach, and he couldn't move to go for the run, and that was a run-out chance. So we'll make it. Oh, that's a huge from Asghar Afghan. Fog maximum Shpagiza. He hit him on the stomach, and now he delivered a big six.
You want to hurt me? You think you can hurt me? Here we go. That will hurt Yusuf Zazai, who was bowling from the opposite end. Now, of course, switches to the pavilion end. Once he inflicted a bit of injury on the Afghan national captain. The next ball, Fog Shpagiza.
Yes, Fog Shpagiza. Oh, very well packed up, a slow one. And he just packed it for mid-on for a big, massive Shpagiza.
He really wound up for that, of course. Luckily, he spotted the slow one. And now, of course, the regular pace delivery. And I'll have to say Asghar Afghan late on. So another for Salu Reza. Afghan captain is really giving the medicine back to Yusuf Zazai.
Oh yes, Syed Asghar once again. He delivered it with a boundary, and Asghar Afghan is just in such a brilliant mood. And another fork maximum Salu Reza for him. The only man is struggling with the ball right now, Yusuf Zazai. He knew it, that he went for the boundary again. And Asghar Afghan looking for a boundaries now. Oh, that's a good comeback. Quick runs. And the end, got one runs.
Yeah, Brendan McCullum knew as soon as that hit Asghar Afghan again, this time on the left thigh area. Oh boy, much as Yusuf Zazai is going for plenty, he's also hurting the Afghan captain a bit here. And we'll try and take a look at that again. But on.
It's just give and take game on. He's hitting Asghar first, then a boundary, then again boundary, then hit again.
Well, they're hitting each other then. Okay, last ball of the fifth over. They've done pretty well. They've lost Paul Sterling after a bit of a start, 20 quick runs. But for the moment, we've got to say Asghar Afghan would be quite delighted that Brendan McCullum is finding the middle of his bat. Well bowled. Good comeback. 51 for 1 after 5.
One man to go so for the Kandahar Knights in their pursuit of 168 is Paul Sterling, a man who Afghanistan's players know very well indeed. Leading run scorer in the World 2020 qualifier here in the UAE in 2012, including 79 in Afghanistan. And then the next qualifier, he got 76 in 43 balls against Afghanistan in the final. So they'll be glad to see the back of him. Ziraman Sharifi, the man who dismissed Sterling, operating from the Sharjah club end. Width and 4. Fog Salariza through the offside. Still in the power play, so no real cover out on the boundary, and you can't afford to drop short to Asghar Afghan when he's in this sort of mood. His 4th 4. Good evening, Alistair Campbell.
Evening, Brian. Evening, everybody. Yeah, before the tournament started, this was one of the combinations I most wanted to see in full flight. Asghar Afghan and Brendan McCullum. They haven't got it together in the tournament so far, but tonight is it the night that they really put the opposition under the pump and get their team over the line. Till 6 for McCullum. Asghar Afghan, 26 off 13. It has the makings.
That's got to be a no ball. Yes, it is. Anil Chowdhury getting his arm out. That must have slipped. It's a free hit. Would have been a wide no ball, but yeah, free hit. And so Asghar Afghan can take full advantage of this.
Yeah, it's got to have slipped. No, it's a no ball because it's above waist high in his normal stance. And it's quite clearly going to be swinging as hard as he can, Asghar Afghan.
Oh, and this is a wide, so the free hit will carry forward. Decent idea, just the execution wasn't quite right.
Yeah, above head height, just got it too high. This will give us a better indication from side on. Above his head, yeah, I think so. Fair call. So he'll have another dip. Let's go Afghan now. Favours jumping back and is clearing the front leg. That's his method for attacking. And the umpire just singing to the bowler, that's your one for the over. So he can't bowl another one. So that's out of the equation now. What is he going to come up with? Yorker, surely. He tries a Yorker, but it's going to disappear for maximum. Another Spagiza clears the front leg and able to get it up and over backward point. Stunning shot from Asghar Afghan.
He's in Asghar Afghan. Remember, he got 60 in the last game in 31 balls after promoting himself to the top of the order. Now he's 32 from 15. That was his second Spagiza. He's striking at 213 runs per 100 balls. Well, if you're going to sledge, just be careful who you sledge. Sledging the national captain, you've got to make it count.
Required run rate is just over 7 to the over because of the start they've got. They'll want to try and win this as quickly as possible.
Whoa!
They can't just win it with a thriller. They've got to win overs to spare, not balls to spare. Run rate is going to be an issue, and that will be in the back of their minds. Yes, make the game secure, but then when you're able to put the foot down and get it done, get it done.
Good pace here from Zia Rahman Sharifi. How many times in this tournament, though, Alistair, have we seen sides get off to flying starts, and then when one wicket falls, another one falls, and all of a sudden, the batting side chasing will just lose its way. They've got to be conscious of that, not going too hard, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you, but the situation is what it is. They would have been told by the statsman what needs to be achieved and how quickly they need to win it. So 2 close victories won't be enough. They have to win it by a fair bit.
Brendan McCullum, we've said it before, and I guess we'll say it again unless he really goes to town here. Still batting at less than a run a ball in this tournament, which is a most un-McCullum-like statistic. Here's his tournament thus far. 100 runs before tonight, plus the 80 scored. And his strike rate before this evening, 90 runs per 100 balls. Most uncharacteristic. As he's for the game, though, 2020's a game of small margins. That's gone straight up in the air. Udana, not going to miss that. Well bowled, Sharifi. And he's got a very, very big wicket. Brendan McCullum. Oh, how big is that going to be in the final analysis?
change of pace. We've seen some good slower balls in the tournament so far. They've accounted for plenty of wickets, and this is just another one to the tally. Brendan McCullum not able to pick it. It's a good one. He rolls his fingers across it. He's through the shot far too early and tries to make last-minute adjustments, but cannot prevent it from hitting the top edge. And Suru Udana not going to drop those. So important wicket at a very important time. Brendan McCullum gone for 8, 64 for 2 now.
Nasser Jamal in at number 4. And I don't actually think the batsman crossed, which was unusual because the ball was in the air for a long time. Brendan McCullum, another failure for him.
Yeah, I think McCullum just put his head down. He was so distraught with the shot he had played. But bother running. Oh, I just had the feeling that tonight was the night these two would set the Sharjah Cricket Stadium alight. Not to be. Brendan McCullum is below par tournament, you'd have to say, continues. Now then, plenty to do for Jamal. He's come to the crease to join as captain, but plenty of pressure on Ashgar Afghan yet again. He's got to start, 33 of 17. Can he go on? End of the over, 6 ball, power play over, 64 for 2.
This game's significant not only for the Kandahar Knights, who have to win it to give themselves a chance of a place in the semi-final, but look at Paktia. If they get a win, they've still got a chance of top table. In bulk, will have 1 game apiece left. And if you top the table, the advantage of that is you end up playing the 4th placed side. So, in theory, the weakest of the semi-finalists. So there's plenty of incentive here for Paktia to do well too. Siksana, the Sri Lankan leg spinner, the 33-year-old, who's replaced Sikandar Raza in this squad. Raza's on the plane to Bangladesh to join up with the Zimbabwe national team. You see, Prasanna needs 1 wicket for 100 in 2020 cricket. Spagiza, welcome to the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. Sikuge Pranat.
Yeah, lovely shot from Ashgar Afghan. Really let the bat at it. Full flowing arms, and he's able to get it over extra cover. Tossed up, looking for a bit of turn, Prasanna. And all he could do was look behind him as the ball sailed over the boundary. Excellent strike.
The Knights 64 for 2 at the end of the power play. That's their best power play of this tournament for them. Nasser Jamal, a modest tournament for him. His best score, 38 from 30 balls in the team's 3rd game of the tournament against Kabul. Prasanna's last competitive cricket was for Northamptonshire in the 2020 tournament in the UK in August. 9 wickets in 13 matches there for Northamptonshire. Decent for him, 9 off his first over, and Kandahar 73 for 2 in 7. 95 required from 78 balls. Sami Shinwari getting a twist. He's bowled only 2 overs in the tournament thus far. Going to be sending down his leg breaks from the Sharjah club end.
I suppose the thinking is twofold from Mohammad Shahzad. Number one, that it's that sort of wicket. We've seen a bit of turn, and it's been difficult for batsmen to get the spinners away. But secondly, when it's your night, it's your night. That'll be the thinking as well from Mohammad Shahzad. Sami Shinwari in the runs. So sometimes when a captain has a field, to think that a bloke has got some runs and therefore the good form could continue. Insofar as his bowling is concerned, why not give him a whirl for a few overs, see what happens.
On the evidence of tonight, both Shinwari and Asghar Afghan would be in myteam11.com, where you can pick your own team and win big cash prizes. Nasser Jamal, just a single for him. He's just got a little bit of time to get himself in here because of that start from Asghar Afghan.
Yeah, just happy at the moment to have a look-see and rotate the strike. He's simple as that, Asghar Afghan. If he's there at the end, they win the game, Kandahar Knights. And if he gets out, I'll tell you what, it'll be very difficult for them to get over the line. Decent over this thus far from Sami Shinwari. Run rate still well in hand. 7.5 required to the over, so that's not an issue at all. Only 2 wickets down. You'd back them most of the time, the side batting. Oh, I'll tell you what. Late call from Asghar Afghan, but all's well that ends well. 8 bowling, 77 for 2.
Sees Villa Fazli, the chairman of the Afghanistan Cricket Board, on the phone there, and next to him was Taj Malik, who was coach of the Afghanistan cricket team when they played in ICC World Cricket League Division 5 against the likes of Jersey and Japan. That was back in 2008. 10 years on, and Afghanistan have got test status and the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. Second over for Sikuge Prasanna. Tough one this for Mohammad Shahzad, you'd have to say. I don't know how many times he'd have kept to Prasanna.
Naught would be my guess. So he's got to watch him carefully, make sure he's reading him. Unless they've got a little signal, a little soft signal. Oh, it's up in the air. Has he got all of it? Oh, yes, he has. Strike from the captain, Asghar Afghan. He's taken him on and hit him miles.
Nothing soft about that signal from Asghar Afghan. He's belted it over the ropes. Just has a wonderful swing of the bat, doesn't he? And he knew it was gone as soon as he'd made contact. His 4th Spakiza.
Rather perplexed stare from Prasanna. What's all this about then? Into his second over, he's conceded 16. Oh, I'll tell you what, they're just got to be careful, yeah, these two. Not the greatest runners between the wicket, not the greatest communicators. There's Asghar Afghan just saying, come on, my call, pay attention. Yes, Captain.
.50 for Asghar Afghan. He wants 2. He's not going to get it, but still, what a tremendous half-century. 29 balls, 4 fours, 4 sixes. a strike rate of 172. You know, Kandahar have had 3 half-centuries in this tournament, that's all, and the captain's got all 3 of them.
That's a stunning statistic, it really is, and you wonder why they're at the foot of the table. Played a lone hand in this tournament, nobody to support him. Can he do it again and haul them over the line single-handedly? Well, that's a big appeal. Oh, that's close. And the umpire just signalling that height is the issue. End of 9, 85 for 2.
Well, Nasser Jamal just survived at the back end of the last over. This was the appeal. It was ramrod straight. Hit him above the roll of the pad. In fact, above the pad, all told. Was it too high? He was right back on his stumps.
He was, wasn't he? And the knee was bent as well. Well, I think he's been lucky. I think this is hitting the top of the stumps. I really do. Oh, he's gone again. And he's middled it again. That's huge. That's on the roof. What a shot under pressure. Afghan continues to look for the boundary and continues to find it.
Well, Sami Shinwari's first over was a very tidy one. It cost 4. And Afghan said, I've had enough of that. Bang. Touch of the old Rowan Caneyes there. For those cricket fans who are old enough to remember, the old West Indies batsman who used to fall over when he played the sweep shot.
Now then, they're thinking of 2. They're going to come back. Got to hurry. And well judged. Back easily in the end, Afghan. He knew straight away what he wanted out of it. And now there's a lot of finger pointing and hand waving. Excellent piece of judgment from the captain.
Well, as a fielding side, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have a fielder right on the boundary just in case the batsman miscues, did 6, and then expect that fielder out on the boundary to save a 2 when the ball's bunted to the edge of the 30-yard circle. That's the longer side of the ground today. Let's have another look at that leg before appeal in the last over from side on. Let's see what sort of height this was making. Marginal. Maybe fair enough.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt. Happy. Might have just gone over. What's transpiring? The captain's thrown the gloves off. Wants an explanation about something. And I think it's to do with his finger, you know. There we go. We know it was straight. And look at Mohammed Shahzad jumping around like Rumpelstiltskin. No, I think he's hurt his finger. That was the issue. Thought he was remonstrating with the umpires about something, but not so. The throw from the outfield, Callum McLeod, I think he tried to gather it, clipped the finger, and just wants some attention. Never an easy job keeping wicket. You've always got issues with your digits. Lots of keepers, when they finish their careers, you see many of their fingers aren't straight anymore. It's just one of the occupational hazards.
Remember, of course, he played 1 match in this tournament, did Mohammed Shahzad, as a specialist batsman. Mohammed Sadar kept in 1 game. I wonder if he's got the possibility of coming on as a substitute to do the same again now. Yeah,
he didn't used to be allowed to substitute the wicket keeper, but now that's all changed. You can do that, so they can get on another keeper. He's had enough. The captain, he's in pain, you can see it. He needs to go off with the physio, put it in some ice maybe, magic spray, I just think it's so important that he tries to get out there quickly and still be there to steer his ship. No, then it seems pretty innocuous, doesn't it? He's caught it with one hand, thrown it down. And I think that's after the throw came in. I think the throw before that. But just going back to what I was saying, I think it's important that the captain come back on. He's got to marshal his troops. He's got to be out there and lead from the front to go off and stay off. I just think we'll be doing his team a disservice. He's got to try and get it taped up and get back on, I reckon.
He threw the ball down with his left hand there. It was his right hand that took the blow from the throw from Callum McLeod, the previous delivery. This could have very serious ramifications for the rest of the tournament for the Paktia Panthers. If this is a serious problem for Mohamed Shahzad, that could be real trouble for them because he's been such a talismanic figure for them with the bat.
Oh, here we go. This might tell the story of what happens. There we go. I think that's what happens. See, immediately he shakes the hands, and it's that right little finger, I think, that just catches the ball, and, well, it's enough for him to leave the field. Gurbaz is the new keeper, we're informed. So he comes on, and it's never easy to come on in the middle of things, but he's got a job to do. Difficult job to do. You don't want a hard chance or a stumping chance to come straight away. He's also got to be keeping against Prasanna. He definitely wouldn't have kept against him and not know which way it's going. So doubly difficult for the new man.
Straight out of the dressing room and straight into the action, Ramanullah Gurbaz. Let's have a look at that throw from another angle, right on the end of the fingers. Ow.
One.
Switch to a cap for Asghar Afghan.
59 of 34. Outstanding again, but he knows the job is not yet done. He needs to hang in there and steer the troops home. We're halfway. 10 bowled, 95 for 2.
So halfway stage in this innings, doing well so far. Kandahar, a lot will depend on Asghar Afghan. The way he's batted, getting a very good half century once again. 79 should be very tough. Still have wickets at hand. 8 wickets left in the bank for them. Jamal's got to be careful and give that important stand to the captain Asghar Afghan, who's done such a good job so far. With me in the com box for the first time today is Charu Sharma. Good evening, Charu.
Good evening, Ajay. Those listening around the world. Oh, wild sweep there, and the keeper who's just come in instead of the skipper. By the way, Gurbaz is their under-19 keeper as well, so he can keep, and of course he showed that. Now, has Jamal dragged his right foot outside the crease? The keeper's completely convinced.
Yeah, he was celebrating, but first the no ball looks to be absolutely perfect. Legal delivery, no issues there. Now just see the back leg, the back foot there. Now Sangal would be much better just dragging it out at this stage, taking off the bails, and I think he's got to go. That's the reason he was so happy. Knew exactly what had happened. And this is going to be a pot wicket here for the Panthers.
Yeah, well, Jamal wasn't really able to get along with it. So he will have to go, and Asghar Afghan will have to look for a new partner out in the middle. Not good losing another. Jamal perhaps may not have been the best bat, and certainly wasn't finding much to do inside. 5 from 11. Third wicket gone now for Kandahar Knights at 95.
Losing the third wicket, and that's a big one as well. Jamal Kundu Maj, Ricky Wessels, he's come in joining the captain Asghar Afghan. Batted well the other day. Ricky Wessels has got the experience, he's got the potential.
Well, he was a very valuable addition to the Kandahar. He is a very valuable addition to the Kandahar Knights. He can also keep giving them that option. And the first match he came in, got a near 50 in very quick time. So maybe just the right, along with Asghar Afghan, to ensure that they get to that 168. Of course, at this stage, he doesn't have to do very much. He's in because Jamal thought he was well inside, but his foot had dragged and agonizingly left an inch or so short. Smart work by Gurbaz, though.
You mentioned about him, and he was absolutely right on the button there, doing a very good job. Oh, misfield will result in a few runs here. Coming back for the second, but that's going to be a 4 as well. So fork boundary here for the captain. He's moving well. The 100 up as well for the Kandahar Knights.
Yeah, that was quite deliberate. The leggy was turning, and there we go, Sikuge, and very cleverly played by Asghar. Maybe a little finer than he might have wanted, but he was certainly just trying to put it towards the third man region. Very welcome additional bonus, should we call it, boundary. Should have been stopped. And again, will they take the 2 for it? No, I think Asghar, the last thing he would want now is a run out, because I'm not suggesting that he's getting tired, but you don't want to overdo that. 11 gone, 101 for 3.
Seven required of 54. Trying a few options here. Of course, Mohammad Shahzad out of the field. This has been good going so far by Asghar Afghan. He's really batted well. Shinwari did a very good job with the bat. Third over for him. Hasn't got a wicket, but he's done well with the ball so far as well. And also the captain, standing skipper at the moment for the Paktia Panthers.
Yeah, what a terrific hand he played with the bat earlier on. Very aggressive. What was Asghar Afghan thinking there? He just played that, beg your pardon, Ricky Wessels thinking there. He shaped up for a big hit. Asghar Afghan in the non-strikers end, sorry, a little off camera, trying to give some late lessons to Ricky Wessels, who shaped up to play forward, then stayed half-cock really, and luckily got his back down in time.
Yeah, wasn't 2 minds, as you rightly mentioned, Charu, and read that one. That one just straightening up. He's got to be careful here, and that's the reason Asghar just going up to him as a senior pro, just telling him a few things. He's really handled the spinners pretty well, Asghar Afghan.
Yeah, well played. Well adjusted by both. Good delivery. Seeing Asghar Afghan dance down, and Asghar also just checking his shot, ensuring that they don't give too many dot balls here. Now that's a big worry for the Panthers. He's got his hand in that little ice bucket. We hope he's going to be okay.
Such a key member, Mohammad Shahzad, is dead, because a lot will depend on him. Not only as a wicket keeper, as a captain, as the man who can really tong the bowling up front.
Well, there's a lot of concern in the camp, and I don't think if the injury was that serious, he would have stepped away. If it wasn't that serious, so he was quite happy to leave the field for a while. Hope he can recover quickly enough. Do they try and take the two here? It's in the gap. No, just went a little too quickly to the outfield. So another decent over by Samiullah. And 12 gone now. 106 for 3. Some big hits are needed soon. Jumps out. Has he got enough? Yes, he does. Sailing over long off. Fearless, Asghar Afghan. Once again, a fox, Bagiza, got to the pitch of the ball and then went through it with so much power and timing.
Absolutely brilliant. Great footwork as well. Knew exactly what he was doing, coming down the track, nimble-footed, playing with the turn, not a git, and getting the elevation. Absolutely brilliant batting. Really reading the spinners very nicely at the moment. He's well set.
Well, let me just clarify, though. At the end of the last over, I said maybe some big hitting needed. Maybe not, actually, because they require runs at just about 7 and a bit and over. And what they perhaps could use well is just go over. And once it gets down to 6 and a half, then it's easily manageable with the same. Singles and twos in the occasional boundary. So no panic yet at all for Kandahar Knights.
You're very right. And mentioning about Asghar Afghan, he's on 74 now, 41. This is the best score for him in his T20 career. And what a time to come as well. 750 is the best for him now, 74 unbeaten. 80th game he's playing in his T20 career. And the important factor, Charu, the team needs it at this stage.
He's put in a really special performance in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, because if you see the overall strike rate down at 117, he's struck at a much better rate here throughout the tournament. And Ricky Vessels cannot pierce the infield on the offside. And that's just the one thing they need to watch out for, as Asghar Afghan also reminds him. Let's not give too many dot balls away. Get the single anyway. We don't need the big hits, but let's not create unnecessary pressure with these dots.
Got that 100th wicket as well, Prasanna, with that wicket of Jamal, the last one. So another landmark for him as well. That's sensible. Just maneuvering the strike. Will pick up a single, retain strike. Vessels 114 for 3. The Knights, well, they are flying high at the moment. You can see that gap between the two worms. That shows the position they are, and that's good effort. Very good effort by Shinwari.
Well, he's put in a lion-hearted effort today with the bat, saving his team. Remember, they were 40 and something for 4. Oh, look at that diving stop. And that too, just to prevent a single. Not like it was for a wicket or going for a 6. Terrific effort. This one will finally squeeze through the infield for a single. The trick here, of course, is, I mean no disrespect to Ricky Vessels, but he's just come in and may not know the conditions quite as well, is for him to not play out 3 or 4 dots and then take a single, is to try and take it as quickly as possible to maximize the strike for Asghar Afghan, because he, when he's in the mood, down and hits it big. Oh, goes again, he danced down. Oh, given. Asghar is gutted. He might have thought he'd gone way down the wicket and should not have been given. But maybe that was striking. And the umpire, Anand Chaudhary, out pretty quickly. Asghar Afghan doesn't want to leave the field.
Yeah, he doesn't look very happy at the moment. Just having a look at the umpire as well. He's still not pleased with that decision. But that's the 50th wicket for Shinwari in his T20 career. A big one as well. This could change the complexion of the game. Coming down the track, Asghar just see that was a quicker delivery, the faster one. I think not a bad decision because just trying to work the ball on the onside, missing the line. Anil Chaudhary very experienced, and the finger was up in a flash.
Yeah, would it have cannoned onto one of the stumps? It perhaps would have. So Anil Chaudhary well within his rights, but this man is gutted. He's led from the front every single match. Gone for his T20 high of 74 of only 42. It's now 115 for 4 Kandahar Knights.
Only time will tell whether that's the turning point. The wicket of Asghar Afghan. Najibullah, the left-hander, comes in, walks in. Najibullah Zadran. 97 runs for him, his best 25. He's got a task and straight away off the mark as well. Some pressure now.
So what was the whispered instruction to Najib when he was walking? That's side on to the ball that was given leg before. Well, you can argue that it might have got the upper part of the stumps and it line in many moons ago that have not been given by umpires in international cricket, but things have changed a bit.
You're right, because as an umpire, if you think the ball is going to hit the stumps, if height is not a factor, he's got every right to give those. And yes, Asghar wasn't very happy. I just thought that it would have hit the stumps. Decent boy, just pulling that one. He'll pick up a single. Successful one. 14 overs gone. 117 for 4.
Another reminder what happened to Asghar Afghan. Of course, looked at the umpire saying, "What? No. Are you kidding? Seriously?" But he had to walk back. So, Samiullah there, 1 for 22 in his 4 overs and a big hand with the bat, the top scorer of his team. Hasn't he contributed heavily to this Paktia Panthers effort today? Will it result in a win? The required run rate is 8.5 now for Kandahar Knights. It's just getting a little steeper than they might want for a comfortable chase, that is. And maybe therefore, Asghar Afghan told Najib, listen, you push it along. Don't leave it to vessels to push it along. You do that. We'll see how it all works out now.
I think a lot will depend on Ricky Wessels because he's got the experience. He plays pace pretty well. Samiullah Shinwari's finishes 4 overs. So now it's going to be really up to these two, how they can get along. Game we are having here.
And of course, enjoyed by many at the Sharjah cricket ground in Afghan colours usually, and many around the world too, particularly D-Sport in India, going to Afghanistan as well, where we believe there are large numbers watching. Thank you, folks. So here we are, hopefully moving towards another thriller, although the Kandahar Knights would want to get there without too much thrill. Yeah, well done, got plenty of bat on that. It could be a 4. Well, a 4 for Salu Reza. Hasn't he played that well? Najibullah saw that well in time and then went through with it, slapped it away.
Yeah, that was a slow delivery. But picking the length very quickly up, getting into good position, picking his gap to a nicety. Knew exactly what he was doing. Rocking back, does really well. Big gap on the offside. And that's a much needed fork boundary here. The first one for Najibullah.
Oh, full toss now. Is that dipping just below waist height? Yeah, he got away with it. Not only is it not a no ball, but Najibullah runs off that anyway. Missed it completely.
Well, I tell you what, Charu, the Nanga Leopards would be watching this game very keenly. And see the height there. I think that looks to be fine because the ball was dipping.
And he was crouched a bit, Najibullah. So, yeah, good call again. This is a critical over, I suspect. Najibullah is trying to power it on. Must not give his wicket away. Oh, down leg. Zia's just losing it a bit. He bowls so well. He's got action, can whip up the pace as well. Hamid the Hammer was telling us earlier that he's a very good prospect for Afghanistan in the years to come.
Yeah, you're right, because they can really generate some good pace as well. Got a good action down the leg side. Very lucky because the fine leg fielder was inside the circle. Just a tickle, but I just raced away. He's got to be very careful with the fine leg. The third man fielder inside the circle. Can't be straying down the leg side or giving room on the off. A deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on. So a lot of boundary riders on the onside.
Didn't quite catch that, Najib. Well, this is a critical time now. One good over here, and that asking rate could come down to 6 or 7, which is pretty manageable with 6 wickets in hand. And a couple of overs here for the Kandahar Knights might take it up to 10, in which case there might be a little bit of desperation, and then you never know.
Yeah, some tension mounting in that camp as well. I do realize a lot will depend on this pair, especially Ricky Wessels. He's taken his time so far. 7 of 13.
Oh, straight behind the bowler, but it struck the non-striker. Then the umpire, to say very distinctly, unlucky. Ricky Wessels, but at least a couple of people there showing the ill effects of that very hard strike.
That was a real powerful strike there. Didn't have much time as well, the on-field umpire.
Struck the non-striker first. Najib bearing the brunt of that. Couldn't get away in time. Oh, perhaps his hand, we think, then his legs, and only then the umpire. So a lot of the sting was taken away. Luckily for the umpire. We've seen all sorts of protective equipment these days that the umpires use. Comes in handy.
Yes, cricket has changed. That's again a very good strike. Just settled for 1. That's the end of the 15th over. 126 for 4.
.42 required in 30 balls. 42 runs for Kandahar to keep themselves alive in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League 2018, powered by Fog. Terrific finish in prospect. Fans who've made their way to the Sharjah Cricket Stadium this evening really enjoying themselves, and why not? Alistair Campbell alongside me. Where's your money apart from your pocket, Alistair?
It's going to be a thrilling finish. I have the feeling that Kandahar might not just want get over the line. Be good for them, be good for the tournament. Ricky Wessels is the key. He's 8 of 14, so hasn't been at his fluent best, but he is very destructive going. 42 of 29, so the run rate required around about 8.7 to the over. They don't want to let it get too much above 9.5. As soon as you get into double figures, especially if you've lost a few wickets, then it becomes a little bit more difficult. But at the moment, only 4 wickets down. I reckon the batting side have favourites.
2 dot balls. Start of this over. Najibullah will feel the pressure. Don't doubt it.
Here's Isai into his 3rd over. No wickets for him today. He's been pretty though, going at over 11 to the over. So this is a good start for him.
Make that 3-dot balls. This could be the big over, and it's a big over for Paktia by the looks of things.
It's amazing the dot balls, how the run rate escalates. It's now at 9.3 to the over. And that's what starts happening at the banks. Trying to bowl Yorkers. It's 2 full tosses he's missed out on there, Najibullah. And you're right, the pressure starts to grind now. He'll be looking for the boundary, but at the very least, he's got to try and get a single. Get down the other end, give Vessels a strike. Really well bowled again, right up there.
So let's have a look at the options that are still at Paktia's disposal. A couple of overs for Udana. They're never going to go round the park. What an experienced 2020 bowler he is. Sharifi has one, and Zazai will have one after this.
Yeah, Isuru Udana. If they're needing 11-12 to the over when he comes on to bowl, I think the Paktia Panthers will be favourites. He's been so good this tournament. Isuru Udana, very good at the death. Good block hole deliveries, change of pace as well. One of the best slower balls in the tournament. So it's going to be very interesting. You have to think in the next couple of overs they need to try and make a play, the Kandahar Knights. Need to just find the boundary a few times just to ease the pressure a little bit.
Vessels has looked for it. Just the single. Sami Shinwari at deep mid-wicket. Ricky Vessels, remember, in his first game of the tournament, that was against Kabul, 46 not out from 23 balls. 2 4s and 4 6s, so he knows how to accelerate. Sami Shinwari seems to have taken over the captaincy duties in the absence of Mohammad Shahzad. There's Ricky Vessels' tournament. A late arrival. Called up. Remember the first couple of games, it was Karim Sadiq and also Asghar Afghan who were sharing the keeping duties.
1 ball remaining, just 2 off the over. Would you believe it? Oh, another great Yorker. They're going to try and hustle for 2, and then a comeback. They've got to go. Oh, he's misfielded. He hasn't picked it up. Oh, he knows that's a golden opportunity. He's missed out. 4 overs remaining, 130 for 4.
Yusuf Zazai trying to field that ball off his own bowling, hurtling away, trying to save the second run. He seems to have injured the little finger on his right hand, and that could be significant. He's going off the ground.
Sharafuddin Ashraf comes onto the field. Yeah, that could be very significant. Maybe he'll just get it taped up and get back on. He's got to bowl another over, doesn't he? Otherwise, he's got to find that one over from somewhere else, and that's not going to be ideal. Rightio, this is the telling over in the game for me. Isuru Udana. 2 overs, none for 17 thus far. But if another tight over here and pick up a wicket, that rate will be over 10.5 to the over, and then it becomes difficult. What has Ricky Vessels got up his sleeve? Oh, he goes down, plays the sweep shot, and he's out, gone, no drop, can you believe it? It was the keeper's catch all day long, and it's the substitute keeper, and he's put it down. Total confusion.
Was Ramanullah Gurbas and Sikuge Prasanna, they got in each other's way. Ricky Vessels thought he was gone for all money here. Dolly cap. And Gurbas, he had Prasanna in his eye line. And you don't need to be a lip reader to see what Isuru Adana said there.
I don't know, I might have had the same sentiment if I'd been the bowler. That is a total mess by the wicketkeeper. Yes, Prasanna was in his eye line, but I tell you what, you've got to take those. There's no excuse. How costly will that be? Ricky Vessels straight away down on one knee, trying to play the scoop shot, get it. The man at short fine leg, he's presented an opportunity. And Gurbaz, the substitute wicketkeeper, has not taken the chance.
Should the keeper have left it for short fine leg?
No way, he's the man with the gloves. He got there easy. All he had to do was run 5 or 7 yards. It wasn't that far at all. There it goes. Keeper gets it day long. He's after it. There he goes. There he goes. It's an easy one. He's got the easy. Oh, no. You don't want to see that again. That is a total hash-up.
The only reason I suggested it is because he's running backwards and the man at short fine leg is running in. Gurbas was so brilliant with that stumping earlier, off, ironically enough, Prasanna. But bear in mind, this over, 3 balls gone, it's yielded only 2, and the last over produced only 4. And the rate has spiralled up. Over 10 runs and over now.
It's cracked down the ground. They'll push hard, but it should just be the single. Not good enough. Need more than that at this stage. Just have a look at this. It's the keeper's catch all day long. It has to be. He gets there so easily, yes. He's in the eye line. Yes, he does hesitate a bit, but there's no excuses there. Prasanna did get out of the way, made road for him to get that right in the middle of the gloves. It hit him like on the wrist. Didn't even go into the gloves.
McLeod in the hot spot. Just a single again. They need a boundary from somewhere, anywhere. Kandahar, because all of a sudden they've stalled. This partnership, 19 off 20 balls, just when they need some acceleration. Here's a telling statistic in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Well, Vessels, we know, is capable of finding the boundary. We also know Najibullah is a very powerful striker, but they just can't get it right at the moment.
That's up in the air. It'll fall short. He's living dangerously as Ricky Vessels. Just the 5 from the over. 17 bowled, 135 for 4.
Last ball of the previous over, a miscue from Ricky Vessels, and he'll be pleased it was a miscue actually, because if he'd got a bit more bat on it, Callum McLeod would have swooped on that. Just 9 runs off the last 2 overs. Good news is, though, you can see that Zaza's made it back onto the field after that little accident at the end of his previous over. That previous over, what a good one it was. Just 4 runs from it. What can he produce now? Over number 18.
17 balls since the last boundary. That's been the problem. Now then, flat batted down the ground. I tell you what, nearly overruns it, but he's fine. Just the single. Ricky Vessels cannot buy a boundary at this stage.
It's another Janat and a wry smile after he managed to stop it. Oh, get back.
I think it hits the marker, the 50-yard circle marker, and veers in the other direction. Yeah, can smile now. But if that had gone through the legs and gone for four, would have been a different reaction. Rightio, 32 of 17. I can only watch and hope. Pensive faces. Their tournament is resting by a thread.
Again, a miscue. They'll have him back, will they? No. Good work from Isanulla again. Well, where have the middle of the bats of these two players gone?
A boundary changes everything, changes the complexion of the game, changes the momentum.
That's a wide. There I am saying, though, that these two batsmen have struggled to find the middle of their bats. We have to give some credit to this man, Yusuf Zazai, and Isuru Adana for the last couple of overs as well. 42 off 5 overs they required at 8.4 and over. Did Kandahar. It's now up to 11.25, the required rate.
That should be a boundary. Yeah, finally. A bit of improvisation, goes across his stumps and gets the ball exactly where he wanted it. A loose delivery, a full toss, and this time he's able to put it away.
Vessel's first boundary, and none too soon. Fine leg up in the circle, so he was aiming in that area anyway, and he got just the ball he wanted to be able to manoeuvre it away. Third man up in the circle now. Pace off from Yusuf Zazai. Oh, and a little bit of a misfield out on the boundary, but all's well that ends well from a Paktia perspective. Next in, Karam Sadiq. I'm wondering, he looks very relaxed, doesn't he?
I don't know if that was a shake of the head or just warming up the neck. Right, so still in the balance. 25 or 40 boundary would be mighty handy at this stage for Kandahar. It's up in the air. Has he got enough on it? You betcha! What a stroke that is under pressure. Yes, it was a full toss. Yes, it deserved to go all the way. But it's quite another executing it. A Spagiza, and that brings the equation down to 19 of 13. Suddenly, they're all on their feet in the dugout.
Wonderful strike. We know what Najibullah is capable of, and at last, he produces a Spagiza. Is that the little bit of luck?
He took the words right out of my mouth.
Kandahar need.
14 off the over, courtesy of the last few balls that have gone for 4, 1, 6. Still a ball remaining. 19 off 13. Trying to find the block hole again. It's in the gap. But they'll only get one. 2 overs remaining. 18 to get. 150 for 4.
The last 50, the slowest of the innings, as these two batsmen took a long time to find their range. They found it now, and their partnership is worth 35 from 27 balls. 18 required from 12 deliveries.
I reckon there's 3 subs on the field. If they lose another one, they might have to bring the coach on to come and field. Isuruwadana. Can he have the final say in this game? Bowling the penultimate over. 18 required.
Call is 2. McLeod herring in from long on, and they get the second run. Good cricket.
He's got to bowl a good one here, Isuruwadana. He's got to try and leave at least double figures for the last over. If it's under double figures, it's very difficult to defend, particularly with 2 in batsmen and only 4 wickets down. That means he's only got 6 or 7 to play with in these last 5 deliveries.
Oh, we've not had a super over in the tournament yet. Perhaps we could actually have a 2-day game in the super over, because we'll certainly go past midnight.
Swung away on the leg side. Speed the single. Don't tempt fate, Murgatroyd.
Oh, it's history in the making, isn't it? The Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog, the inaugural edition. What better way to celebrate it than to have a 2020 match that lasts 2 days?
Yeah, because we will certainly go past midnight. Well, it's nip and tuck at the moment. As we said, this is the over. This is the one that makes or breaks it for Kandahar. He's been so good in the tournament so far. Isuruwadana, don't put it past him to put a spanner in the works here.
He had to get that absolutely right. He had third man, very fine and up in the circle, and a very wide, deep backward point.
Yeah, it's a method that he has employed in the tournament thus far. Mitchell, another one that likes to bowl to this field at the back end of an innings, especially to the right-handers, wide and full. It's the method of attack. But you have to be spot on. You have to be very, very accurate and confident. Oh, that's up in the air! Now then, gone, got him! Sami Shenwari cannot keep him out of the game. Runs, wickets, and now a crucial catch at a crucial stage in the game.
My first thought was that Najibullah had nailed this, but he got under it. He got height and not distance. It was in his hitting arc. But up it went, and he knew straight away. Saw the eyes roll. Ari, there are a few players on the field you'd rather have under the ball than him. Udana's done it again. The magic man for Paktia. Zadran goes for 23. It's 154 for 5. Well, apart from his brother, Afghan, there are few players you'd want coming in at this stage other than Karim Jannat, I would say, given his form in the tournament. This is why he's here. Najibullah just got right underneath that one, high into the night sky. And Shinwari coming in from deep mid-wicket, catch with two hands.
If Kandahar were to win, he wouldn't begrudge Karim Jannat being there at the end and hitting the winning runs. He's had such a good tournament so far. Now then, flashed away on the offside. Oh, great piece of fielding. Shinwari again. Excellent stuff. Cannot keep him out of the action. Really committed in the dive and makes a brilliant save.
Now Ricky Vessels will feel hard done by here. He absolutely nailed this. Got it right off the middle of the bat. And Shinwari, well, that's brilliant, isn't it? Full tilt running along the boundary and flicked it back with his left hand. Then up quickly to get the return in to Ramanullah Gurbas. That's what you call leading from the front. Shinwari's acting in the absence of Mohammad Shahzad. They'll take one. Vessels will retain strike. What a great over that was from Misuru Adana, though, just 7 from it. 11 to win from the last over for Kandahar. They're 157 for 5. It'll be Zia Rahman Sharifi who's going to bowl the last over, and this is pressure for you. 11 to win, and he's gone at 10 runs and over so far, so well, maybe there's another omen towards a super over. Remember, the closest we've come in this tournament to that sort of scenario was a match involving Kandahar, where they lost by 2 runs against Kabul. Kabul 173 for 6. Kandahar with Vessels at the crease, 171 for 7. Look at that. Very few smiling faces there in the Kandahar dressing room area.
They hit a first ball, they'll soon perk up. Vessels on strike, last over. Got him! Knocked him over! With Vessels, do the hope of the Kandahar Knights also walk to the boundary? Zia Rahman, what a ball that is. Right up in the block hole, an inside edge, and over goes the castle.
Dragged on by Vessels, looking to go down the ground, but his bat was crooked. Full in length. Just to cross it a little bit, really. A bit too much bottom hand. And that's terrific bowling under pressure from Zia Rahman Sharifi. Vessels goes for 22. Kandahar 1 for 6.
بچه ها می کانال سابسکرایب کنید پلیز لطفاً. با سبا شوم براتان میمانم. تشکر.
Karim Sadiq in at number 8. He's had a woeful tournament with the bat, but he can make amends now. I once saw him hit the very first ball of a match 2020 qualifier final for 6. If he could do that here now, he'd be a hero.
Well, he bowled a terrific last over with ball in hand. Can he finish it now with bat in hand? Don't bet against him. Oh, he hasn't been able to thread it past third man. Just a single. So 10 or 4. I have to say that Ricky Vessels, I thought it was up in the block hole, but really, it was in the slot. He just went right at it. It was there to hit down the ground. He just tried to wipe it away on the leg side, got an inside edge. And cannoned into the stumps. He'll take him.
Oh, that next delivery, full in length, and Karim Sadiq, oh, just a metre either side of a Surudana, and he'd got a boundary. 10 off 4 then.
Now then, up and over, cover. Has it got enough on it? Yes, it has. Wow, we are going down to the wire. Karim Jannat has come to the party. Rightio, 6 of 3. It teased 3 fielders for a very long time, and finally the white kookaburra won.
Goodness me, I think it would have been a wide if he hadn't actually got some bat on it. It was a slower ball, and Sharafuddin, one of the substitute fielders, couldn't pull it back.
Now then, can he finish it? Can he take his side home? There's the older brother. Does he have faith? Does he have confidence? Come on, younger. Get it done, son. Here it is, change of pace, and was really wide as well. Oh, away on the leg side, it'll just be a single. So they stay in it, just. 5 now required of 2 deliveries.
Or 4 for the super over.
I prefer 6 to win it.
Bear in mind as well, of course, Paktia very much invested in this match. Yes, they're in the semi-finals, but a win here would give them the opportunity possibly to finish top of the log and therefore play the 4th side in the semi-finals. 5 off 2.
Oh, some improvisation. Karim Sadiq, you beauty! Look at the response from his teammates. What a shot under pressure. He bowled the last over. It was a good one, and now he's taken his team to the brink. The little maestro has got down on one knee and executed the sweep shot perfectly.
Forget the dill scoop. This is the Sadiq sweep.
He had to wait for it. He had to get in position, and he did it with superb aplomb. Tumbled over in the end, but the execution had been handled in a great, great way. Oh, look at the fist pump at the end as well. Come on! Right, 1 off 1. Scores are level. Surely, surely they get it done.
Have another look at this. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. It was the right length for this, but he still had to execute, and he did it superbly.
Yeah, you'd have to say not a great delivery. Wasn't up in the block hole, was a length ball. And I think he was expecting something a lot fuller. Rightio, here we go. 1 ball remaining, they're up. They're out of their seats. Here's the captain. Will Kandahar keep their hopes alive? It's up in the air. Will it just clear the fielder? Yes, it does. Oh, my word. What excitement. What drama to end this game. Oh, my word. It was there and it got knocked out of his hand. But if you're a Kandahar Knights supporter, you are up, you're out of your seat, you're clapping your hands. They remain relevant in the competition.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Mohammed Naveed, he was next in. There's no more relieved player around the ground than him. Shinwari furious. There was a mix-up. 2 players went for the ball. Karim Sadiq, a hero. He miscued his pull completely. And look at that. The 2 players collided. Shinwari, the captain.
Oh, anguish, anguish. So deflating when that happens. It teased him right to the Shinwari and just not able to make the grab. But that's immaterial because Kandahar in the scorebook go down as winners by 4 wickets, but it's been an absolute thriller. What a way to end the evening. What a way for Kandahar to keep their hopes alive. They have to come back and do it all again tomorrow, mind, but for tonight they'll be so happy that they've remained in the competition. Who's the other guy? Do you know who the other guy is? It was just total mix-up.
I think that's Yusuf Zazai. The other, there was no calling, and that was the problem.
Yeah, and it was probably his catch, you'd have to say. Much easier for him to take it running sideways as opposed to Shinwari running backwards. But they won't mind how it comes. The Kandahar Knights, they needed to win, they needed to get over the line, and they've won an absolute belter here. Right down to the wire, anybody's game, right to the end. And, well, we needed something like that to spark the tournament. And the Kandahar Knights have provided it. They've had some close games, lost some close games, but tonight, 74 from the captain, Afghan, of just 42 deliveries, and then nothing much else.